With us now is Rich Walker, and you may guess by the fact that I'm giggling that he's a comedian, and he's much more than that. He actually teaches comedians. Welcome to our show. How are you?
It's such an honor and a pleasure to be here. Thanks so much for having me.
Now, if I can make it through with this with a straight face, it's not going to happen.
We're both
so
going to try.
We're going to try. So, deep breath. Okay.
Yes, we did it.
And two. We did. Okay. So, tell us about Stand Up University.
Well, Stand Up University is a class that I've been teaching now with Peter Bales, who's another big comedian, and Steve Lazarus. We've been doing it now for about 13 years. We have over at least 650 graduates, and we have one famous graduate to come out of our class.
Who,
Donna.
me?
Yes, you, yes. I mean, look, come out and you have your own TV show. This is terrific. But what we primarily did was we wanted to start a class and get comics doing comedy in the right direction, and work clean. You can always start out clean, then you get risque as the years go on. But we wanted to let people follow that dream. So we have a lot of people, it's their bucket lists that they want to fill and become stand-up comedians. And now, believe it or not, that we're finding with the recession, people are actually, if they get laid off or whatever, they're going, now I'm doing it. I'm going to try it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
That's really good. Now, you don't tell people to do it professionally unless they're good, right? I mean, do you kind of tell somebody, yes, you have a shot, no, you don't? Or do you just let them kind of go out there and try? We
let them go out there and venture into the world of stand-up comedy on their own. We've had quite a few people that have they're doing some big stuff. We got guys that are playing in Vegas and Reno and Atlantic City. And starting their own thing, their radio shows and stuff like that. We've had quite a few.
Because you can't tell somebody not to quit their day job if they lost their job.
Well, yeah.
Right? So this is like they're reinventing themselves sometimes.
Most of the time we tell them keep their day job.
Okay.
Until they're ready. I mean,
right.
You could just really see, who's ready and who isn't ready. And then, the magic happens, so.
And what's the 7-minute mark? Like, why do you need 7 minutes of material? Is that like...
7 minutes pretty much starts you out, so you could start getting out there doing open mic nights, whether it be a coffee shop or a bar, and then you got to work on that material. And then what we always suggest is, they'll go with 2 minutes of tried and proven material, stick in the new stuff in the middle, and then maybe close out with 3 or 4 minutes of stuff that already works, and then the act will just build. My act started with one wife joke, and then now it's like a whole half hour, of the act.
Was it her chicken?
It was a chicken. My wife is not known to have the best chicken in the whole world. She's not even really a good cook. I mean, because my wife would mess up Captain Crunch. She can't even get the milk cereal ratio right. I mean, nobody puts the milk in the bowl first before the cereal.
No, because then the cereal pop out because the milk is buoyant.
It's ridiculous.
Did you know that? Or is it the Captain Crunch that's buoyant?
No, I didn't even know that I would learn chemistry or physics.
Yes.
I'm not sure what it is, but yeah.
Now, how did you start out? When did you know you were funny?
Wow. Well, I've always wanted to do stand-up comedy my whole life. I always felt I was funny. Friends told me I was funny, and then if it wasn't for me actually breaking my ankle, I used to be an insurance adjuster for 18 years, and I was on the job, and I actually slipped on the ice. My whole foot turned around backwards. I was home from work for 3 months, and my friends picked me up, took me to a comedy club one night. And I think we were that annoying table, where that's laughing harder than actually what's going on stage. And my leg was in a cast, and my friend goes, you could do that, you could do it. So I went home and I started writing material for it. And then it was my wife at the time, when we were dating, her mother cut out of an ad in the paper, bring your best 5 minutes down to this place down in Bayshore. And come down and do your 5 minutes of comedy and start there. And I did it. And
wow.
I was hooked ever since.
All the years I've known you, I never knew that the insurance story was true. I never knew you actually had like a job.
So I don't mean to brag, but I was a very high-powered insurance adjuster for 18 years, and it's a lot.
I'm glad that this career found you.
Yeah, I'm so glad.
If it took like a cankle, or what was it?
Fun.
You didn't have cankles, you had an ankle, whatever, a twisted ankle. Was that called a cankle?
Well, I have very thin ankles, so they're like skankles. I don't know what they're.
So skankles into stardom for you.
That's right.
And
we
you
just
have
gave birth to a new word, skankles. Skinny ankles. It's skankles.
You're going to use that tonight, aren't you? You're going to use that.
I may use it tonight.
But But I came to you because a friend of mine said, you've ran a lot of comedy shows before, Donna, a lot of nonprofit things. Why don't you try stand-up?
Yes.
It's something I always wanted to do, but I was chicken.
Really?
Yes.
Somebody who's in front of the camera all the time, and you.
Because stand-up comedy is an art, as you know, and a lot of people don't realize that. It takes a lot of hard work. It's not easy. You don't go up there. There's a difference between going up there and telling jokes, and a difference between allowing your authentic self. Authentic self. There we go. That's
authentic self.
See, we're making up all kinds of words today. What am I, Soupy Sales? Okay. Authentic self to be laughed at. That's what makes you funny. When you can connect with the audience, right?
Like we find a lot of people that are funny in front of their friends and relatives, and when they're at the bar having a good time. Now you have to take that person who nobody knows. They're laughing at you because they know who you are. Now we got to take that person, put them on a stage in front of complete strangers, and make the strangers laugh. So it's very key that first joke is gets them off the ground and gets them running into the show.
And it's also a great skill for salespeople, even if you don't ever want to do stand-up besides the show that you make everybody do and graduate from, right?
That's right. I'm not sales pitching it, but very odd. We've had a lot of in this class. Almost every class has a drummer in it, which is odd. And I don't. Maybe the drummer always wants to get from the back into the front and get the spotlight. Maybe. We also get tons of attorneys in this class, and we're thinking, that they want to be likable to a jury and be funny, because I think, well, wouldn't it be true if you were in the jury and you really liked the attorney, he was really funny?
It could sway your vote if you were not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually win his case if he's funny.
No, that's a whole nother
Don't
story.
women love funny guys?
Women love funny guys. I love you, Rich Walker.
I love you, Darren Drake. So good.
And on that note, we made it through, actually, without too much craziness. Awesome. For more information, you can check out Rich Walker at his site, or you can go to liveitouttvshow.com. Laughter is in the house. Now there's a laugh track. Do you hear it?
Oh, that's really sad.
You need a laugh? You need a laugh? I'll do it for you.
We need to applause the
Silly putty? I can do a giggle of silly putty.